Hey, it's been a minute. We are going to do a little collective reading as quickly as possible. Doggo is so ready for bed, as am I. So forgive me for the noise she makes. You know. I got a new deck that I may or may not do some of those seasonal oracles. Seasons of the Witch Yule Oracle. They have the Samhain for the Halloween season, and then they have I think they're either just came out or they're coming out with the other seasons, the rest of the seasons. I think they go by sort of the equinox and I'm drawing a blank. Anyways, we're gonna use these cards today. Yes, to start as an overall energy, and we're actually gonna read from the book. I haven't read a single one yet. A minute later, just doing a lot of shuffling. This is such a new deck. And they're fancy, like gilded edges. It's actually my first deck with gilded edges. How funny. Okay, I'm just gonna pull one from the top. Isn't that? I haven't seen it yet. I've peeked at throughout the deck a teensy bit. Self-care. Oh, we can just from the phone. All light. Self-care. Wow. Oh, if I didn't say, it's actually the Yule Oracle, so it is for the season. If not me, then who? To tend to a wholeness, the parts in which surrender thy pulse for a heart that's nearer than any other. To tend to a wholeness, the parts in which surrender thy pulse for a heart that's nearer than any other. It's just like a... Oh, the art of self-care. It's like this little thing in her hand. Okay, let's read that. Self-care 31. 31 in case that means anything to anyone. Ooh. Oh, these are actually kind of long. I did not really. And are they backwards? Are they out of order? That's so interesting. Why? No, I think I just read one wrong. My bad. Little girl. These are so pretty. This might be kind of long. Where is it? I'm sorry. What is happening to me? 28, 29, 30. I went right past it. That is interesting. Okay. Keywords. Balance, priority. And then that little sentence from before. If not me, then who? To tend to a wholeness, the parts in which surrender thy pulse for a heart that's nearer than any other. Taking time for self-care. Self-care is about more than baths, candles, and cups of tea. There are many ways to embrace self. Why do I keep wanting to say self? That is so unusual. Self-care. You may need to nurture your social self-care by spending more time with family and loved ones. You may need to engage in more creative self-care by allowing yourself to make a mess and opening yourself up to creative expression. Guilty. All the noises, girl. You may need to nurture your career self-care by taking a class or cleaning out old files. The most important thing about self-care is maintaining a balance across all areas of your life. Examine the areas of your life that have been neglected by exploring other cards in your reading or pulling additional cards for clarity. What have you ignored in favor of something else? And what can you do today to pay more attention to this area? Do not take these things for granted. You never know when it will be the last time you'll get a chance to spend with someone. You may think some things are here forever, but only to find that these situations, people, connections, and opportunities have slipped you by in your neglect. Not only that, but by not tending to all areas of your life, you may find that you have felt incomplete. There isn't any one part of life that can create complete happiness on its own. Did anyone else feel that? I felt that. Oh man, oh man. It's interesting. Because I feel like peaks and valleys, right? Peaks and valleys. There's such like, I'm speechless here, people. Okay. They go through phases of like being all over the place, doing all the things, or attempting to, or like being really social, and then it's like, oh, all these like bigger dreams that I've had, these aspirations, or just goals when it comes to like more mundane even things kind of slip if your social life starts to thrive. It's like, it is tough. It is. I'm just one person. Like, so it's heavier on the responsibility end of things at times. But, in some ways, where I can't share certain adulty things. But then when it comes to people with kids, you know, there are more adulty things to be shared. Okay. Let's see what else here. Oh, at the bottom. Sorry, I want to see what's on the bottom of the deck. Oh. Telling stories. What words so tender can be spoken so bravely, unless they are true from the truest of words? What a riddle. I don't know why these little captions have me so confounded. Like, so... I'm sorry, people. The light in here at night is just not ideal, along with the sounds from the little one, but... Patience. We'll go to bed in just a couple minutes. I am almost done. Sort of, hopefully. Not that I don't want to do this. There's just many things. I do want to be here. Snow, and then holidays, and now just 2 weeks of straight grinding. I'm going to talk about it here. If you know me, you know me. Or ask if you'd like in the comments. If you're curious. Okay. I know I already did that part, but... I needed a calming. Okay. That is interesting. Okay. Ten of Pentacles at the bottom. I just heard, 4. So I pulled 4. Knight of Swords. Three of Wands. The Empress. And the Ace of Cups. With the overall, that was the 10, which I already showed you, the 10 of Pentacles. It's interesting. I am seeing this, I am, like, pulling this from the perspective of this, like, self-care overall energy. Sorry. It just pulls me. This Knight of Swords, it just seemed like it's so funny. Hey, yes, we're going to bed in a minute. Okay, lay down. Lay down. Babe, would you lay down? Okay, so how do I even explain this? It's like I had a meltdown earlier in the week because I wasn't taking care of myself. Or I was trying to, but it wasn't like... When you have so many responsibilities, sometimes if you try to do it without talking to people about the ways in which you need help, you're gonna fail. It's just gonna happen. Thank you, baby. And this energy might come out of you. You might communicate something in a harsh way. Or feel as though you're going to. If you can stop and assess before you take action. See your possibilities, get the higher ground. Because this is a card, like, it is wands, action, this is potential action. But what's interesting is that, ooh, with this Empress energy, I just get this sense that it's not inaction. I really think it's sitting in your power and understanding that you can ask for help. And that you've already done so much. You already have so much. That maybe you don't need to stress as much as you are. And at the end here, the Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups. I didn't mean to say that. That just like flew out of my mouth. Once you get back to your Empress energy, you're going to be able to... You're going to be able to fill up your own cup. And your cup's going to fill with... It's going to overflow. So you'll be able to share. It's so weird because it's like, it's so exactly what happened to me this week. It's like freaking me out. It's like I had to focus on the self-care, which I wasn't doing, which very much had me in this really erratic communication. And yeah, it was a little immature. Not quite page energy. And it wasn't outright disrespectful in any way. I do want to say that. At least I don't think so. You know, perspective. I'm not going to claim to know how other people felt. But it wasn't intended to be. It was just truth. I think if you speak your truth, even if it's uncomfortable, even if it leads you in this, like, I don't really know what ships that's gonna bring in energy. I say this all the time. That, like, even the most uncomfortable truths, when spoken, will be more of what you can live with. I'm not claiming to have 0 secrets in my life ever. I don't think that's even possible. So no virtue signaling here. I'm only saying that for the most part, being truthful and authentic is beneficial. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, I actually love this. I don't know why I'm so slow in explaining it. Maybe I think how unusual that I'm like spilling out my story. Maybe being completely authentic, even when it's just admitting that you are not okay. That you're maybe spiraling out of control emotionally a little bit because there's just a lot on you all at once. I'm not making any claims to be more or less anyone, anything. We just have our moments where things just hit you different. We do. We do. I think owning that is going to turn things around so much more quickly than you would ever anticipate. And I'm saying that because I'm experiencing it. It's almost freaky because I went I dipped so low, but it was such a short thing. Because I was honest and I communicated to a number of people. It wasn't just like, I'm going to keep this in my little hidey hole and nobody's going to know. No, I told people. So strange. You have a fuzz on your face. Anyway. Thank you for all the people that are patient with me. I love you. I hope your holiday season has been starting off beautifully. And I'll try to get back here this week, but it might not even be until after next weekend. Excuse me. Love you guys. I'll see you again.